Hi. Hello. So far as you can see, I'm extremely funny in English. And my high level of bilingualism is very impressive. To an extent that it's almost scary. Before I walked on stage, if someone in the audience was thinking, I doubt Jean-Thomas Jobin is bilingual, well, that person really looks like an idiot right now. Because if I'm not one of the most bilingual person you've ever seen, I'm certainly in the top 5,000. Here is the final proof of how bilingual I am. I have a cat. He is gray and white, two colors rarely pronounced in English. Have you ever used gray and white in the same sentence? If yes, you are like me. You are really living on the edge. Because it's really not recommended to the beginners by the industry of bilingualism and everything that is related to that industry. Now I'm hearing you say, there's no such thing as an industry of bilingualism. To that I am tempted to respond, what's your point? Where are you going with this? I don't know who here is constantly and relentlessly trying to make me look shaky on stage. I don't know if it applies to any of you, but if the shoe fits, well, you can just say to the salesman, it fits, I'll buy the shoes. How much does it cost? And if it's too expensive for your budget, you are not obligated in any way to buy the shoes. You can just say to the salesman, sorry, but when I arrived here, I was thinking $100 or below, but those shoes are $150. It's exceeding the amount that I mentally pre-established. So thanks for your help, but I'll continue to look, because if I come back home and my wife realizes that I paid $150 for those shoes, she's gonna be mad, and trust me, when my wife is mad, she is not a happy person. She might look like a happy person, but she's not a happy person. But that's not your fault. You offered me a good service. You have helped me find a shoe that fits. Both shoes fit, in fact, which is a plus. And I like their color. They are gray and white, which I can tell you about in the same sentence because I'm extremely bilingual. Certainly in the top 5,000. But it's just that I don't want to get my wife mad, because I know that when my wife is mad, she is not a fan of makeup sex. And the main reason why she's not a fan of makeup sex is because she's not a fan of sex in general. Every time I try to seduce my wife in bed, she doesn't say, no, not tonight, honey, I have a headache. She says, don't ever touch me again, I don't have a headache and I want to keep it that way. And and it's tough for the ego, and not just for the ego, affection-wise too, because since I hit puberty, abstinence has never been a concept that really turned me on. I mean, I don't judge people who are practicing it intentionally, but I consider them morons. It's not like I'm a sexaholic or anything. Sure, occasionally, mostly on Tuesdays, I like to watch hardcore Latino porn after my badminton, but who doesn't? Are you gonna say, me, I don't do that? Don't try to make me look shaky. I'm so bilingual that after I say them, the words want to turn around and thank my mouth to have pronounced them as bilingually as I did. But before you interrupted me, you shoe salesman who doesn't allow his customers the freedom of speech, I was about to say, yesterday I thought to myself, comedy is supposed to be a good way to charm people. So when I arrived home, I said to my wife, I have a joke. Here's a version of mine of a well-known song. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you don't have hands, but you're still happy and you know it, that's all right, but live it more internally. And then she said, just so you know, the gap has never been bigger between you and my pussy. It's spreading larger and larger, and I'm not talking about my legs. I'm so not turned on by you right now that my nipples are growing inside. I now have concave nipples. I said to her that that's a strong image. You know what else is strong? Me, and I punched her in the face. She fell on the floor and I said to her, so who is concave now? So by that time, normally the shoe salesman will give you the shoes for free. So the morale of my story and all of this is the following. Like they say in French, ce n'est vraiment pas le temps de douter de mon bilinguisme quand on a les mêmes langues concaves.
Jean-Thomas Jobin! Jean-Thomas Jobin! Jean-Thomas! C'est drôle, il y avait... Ça s'est levé, ça a commencé à se lever. Puis Jean-Thomas s'est sauvé, esti.